Hey, welcome everybody to baloneybrain.com. This is, of course, Weird Wednesday. I am your host, John House, or Used Toy. And joining me via Skype, via Vodburner, is Daryl House, or Suburban Hobo. How you doing, Daryl?
It's good to be back again. Weeks go by quickly and weird.
It is. What do you got for us today?
Well, you know, John, how I embrace literacy and family values. I'm in schools all the time, and I put teachers on pedestals. But today, I have got a couple of weird teachers. You know, it's like any segment of the population. There are good ones and there are bad ones. I got a couple of bad teachers today. This story comes out of Wisconsin. Here's what Wisconsin's legal systems and its teachers' unions have just taught the nation. If you're a teacher and you get fired for looking at porn at work, you'll get your job back. Such is the case of Andrew Harris.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Harris, former 7th grade science teacher at Glacier Creek Middle School in the Middleton Cross Plains area school district. The district school board Monday voted in a special closed session to comply with an arbitrator's 60-page order that demands Harris be reinstated. He was fired in 2010 after receiving and viewing multiple pornographic and sexually inappropriate images and videos. To add insult to the district's injury, taxpayers will now have to pay Harris nearly $200,000 in back pay, and in total, the district will spend nearly $1 million on the case, the brunt of which went to legally defending its position that the firing was fair.
Wow. Okay, I'm a little stunned. I was making light of it, but I'm a little stunned.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you saw this. It was actually on the Today Show this morning, of course, on the Huffington Post. But an 18-year-old girl with a malfunctioning parachute, 3,500 feet, hits the ground and survives.
Didn't see that.
Wow. Let me tell you, her dad says it's a miracle. She did have some severe injuries, as you might expect, but just the fact that you can plummet that kind of I mean, that's a half mile, and she's going to be okay, knock on wood.
I did see a story about some naked woman jumped off of a 15-story building, but I don't think she survived. I didn't do that story. It didn't sound weird enough. 15 stories. Who doesn't do that naked? God. Okay, here's my second school teacher story for today. Mark Mertz. This is up in Massachusetts, up in Walpole. They have a prison there, by the way. Mark, he may find that out personally soon. Mark Mertz, 44-year-old forestry teacher. So, okay, this guy's not doing shopping at junior high school. He's a forestry teacher. Was
he sporting a little wood?
Well, allow me to continue. He was arrested at his Walpole, Massachusetts home for allegedly spending a day off from school, walking around his driveway wearing nothing but a ski cap and goggles. Police say Mertz, who teaches at Norfolk County Agricultural High School, was spotted by a woman passing through the neighborhood. The woman told police that she first saw Mertz around 8 a.m. wearing a cap, goggles, and a towel, but by the time she drove back around, the towel was gone. Mertz claims that he had the towel on the entire time. Another witness seems pretty certain they saw some behavior that they cannot unsee.
Very nice. Well, up in Wisconsin, you know, I don't know if many people know this, but I cut my finger off at one point. And up in Wisconsin, a guy driving around with some fireworks with his kid and lights a firecracker, holds it out the window. Of course, the breeze makes, he blows his hand off, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
I saw it.
Yeah. You know, we saw that thing a couple weeks ago with the guy stapling his, there's some things you just don't do.
The guy with the firecracker in his lips. That was just last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Crazy people. Hey, how about this one? I'm dedicating this one to my wife. I think she would go for this in a minute. Out of Salt Lake City, Utah. For one Utah resident, the realization of his dream might mean sacrificing his family. The man, 38-year-old Ken Sullivan, is one of 1,058 people selected out of over 200,000 chosen for the next round of consideration in the Mars One project, an initiative that seeks to send 24 humans to Mars for permanent colonization in the not-so-distant future. If selected, Sullivan would have to say a permanent goodbye to his wife and 4 young children, as the trip to Mars cannot be reversed, according to the Salt Lake Tribune. Norbert Kraft, a medical doctor who is chief medical officer for Mars One, said that the changes that one's body would undergo after living on Mars would make it impossible to return to Earth due to Mars gravity levels. So I think that my missus would be, yeah, he can go. He'd never come back. He can go.
So would you do that?
You know, at my age now, no. But, younger, one of my favorite books I ever read was Robert Heinlein's The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. You read that when you were young, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I love that. And the idea of calling Lazarus Long and then some of the characters he created. Years ago, I would have been up for doing that. But, I'd rather go play tennis and plantation 4 days a week.
I hear you. Besides, when it gets cold there, you start complaining. So, I'm guessing the weather on Mars is not suitable to your climate.
Ground control to Major Tom.
All right. Well, a little closer to home, we had over in Cincinnati a serial rapist who's been going after realtors. So, a realtor showing the house. What's he do? He goes and visits and finds them alone and has his way. Thank goodness this guy has been caught. So it looks like he is going to face some justice.
I've heard about that scenario for many years. Realtors that do an open house or something, and they don't know who's coming. They advertise in the newspaper and on the internet.
We had another couple that were going around, and they had a whole different identity cooked up, and they were going around, and one of them would distract the realtor while the other one would clean out the jewelry boxes.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, what a country, huh? Listen, folks. I hope you're staying warm wherever you are. It's been another week of Weird Wednesday here on BaloneyBrain.com, and we are so glad that you take some time out every week to come and join us. John, Ustoy, you have a good one. I'll talk to you soon.
We'll see ya.